Okay, so hi guys. Um, so in this video, what I want to do is I want to go over a problem that it's for mostly for algebra that I don't think I've gone over before. I know we've gone over how to simplify um complex numbers or complex by taking conjugate when they are rational expressions, but I don't think I've ever gone over how to add. So I'm going to go ahead and go over this. So here we have 2i minus, or over 3 minus I plus 7 over 4 minus 5i. And so what we want to do is we want to add them. Now, the first thing I'm going to do, let me go ahead and just rewrite it here. Give me 1 second, guys. Okay, so we want to go ahead and add this, right? So the first thing I'm going to do here, I'm going to make my common, so basically I'm going to combine my common denominators. I always like to use the formula, and I'm going to write it down here. A over B plus or minus, and it doesn't have to be, it can be either be plus or minus, positive or negative, whatever. And then plus or minus C over D, so C over D equals the following. So we're going to say AD plus or minus BC over BD. Okay, guys, so I always like to use this rule. Of course, if there were something like a quadratic in the denominator or something we can factor, then I would do that first. But here, obviously, these are just, even though they're imaginary, they're in terms of like just in terms of I. So we don't really have to do anything in terms of factoring here, since this is a little different than adding actual rational expressions, since it's with imaginary numbers. So let's make A equal to 2i. So this one's going to be A, and then B is going to be 3 minus I. So I'll just kind of, I'm just kind of labeling everything here. All right, so like I said, we're doing this, and so let me just go ahead and rewrite it by color coding. Okay, guys, so again, this is how it would look, and now we're just going to go ahead and cross multiply. So again, I'm going to do this, so we're going to do this, so this is going to be 2i times 4 minus 5i, and then plus 7 times 3 minus I, so plus 7 times, and it'd be 3 minus I, right? And this is going to equal to, I'm sorry, I always do that. I don't know why. This is going to be all over 3 minus I over 4 minus 5i. Okay. I don't know why I always say it's equal. No, I didn't mean to say that. So here we go. Okay, guys. Now, the next thing we're going to do is just kind of simplify this expression. And let me actually, now we can take off the color coding, so give me 1 second. Alright, so now let's simplify this expression. So we're going to distribute, okay? So we have 8i minus 10i squared, okay, plus 21 minus 7i all over. And we're going to do the same thing with the bottom. So I do want to say that when it comes to rational expressions, usually we don't factor, or we don't FOIL the bottom, but here we do, because these are imaginary numbers. So it really, in reality we have to, because at the end of the day, they're going to actually equal something, and then we can simplify from there. So we do FOIL method, we're going to be 12, so again, doing this, just distributing everything. 12 minus 15i minus 4i, and then minus plus 5i squared, excuse me. So yeah, you want to be careful with your signs there. And then, okay, and then this is supposed to be 21. So then, this is going to be 8i minus, and remember that I squared is negative 1. We want to make sure we understand that, because I is equal to square root of negative 1, so I squared is negative 1. So you have 8i minus 10 times negative 1, okay, and then plus 21, this is supposed to be 21 here, minus 7i, all over. We have 12, and then this part right here becomes negative 19i, so minus 19i plus 5, and again, that same idea that I said earlier, or a second ago, is that here is plus 5 times negative 1. So we want to make sure and understand that I squared is negative 1. Okay, guys. Now, here, we want to go ahead and just simplify. So 8i plus 10, and then plus 21 minus 7i over, and it's going to be 12 minus 19i minus 5, okay, and again, just combining like terms, and this is a lengthy one, guys. As you can see, it is very lengthy, so these are, I will say these are lengthy, so I do apologize for that, but I really want to show y'all how to do it, because these are very important for algebra. Alright, so this becomes, so first we always put the real number and then the imaginary number. So it always goes, so we have 10 plus 21 plus 8i minus 7i. So we want to make sure we write it in that form, because that is the original form in which we always write it in, our final answer. However, and again, I'm just gonna 12 minus 5 minus 19i, and so here we have this, and then we have the minus 19i. So then, just simplifying again, we're just going to go ahead and add this and subtract these things here. Okay, guys, this becomes 31 plus I over 7 minus 19i. Now, the idea here is we want to go ahead and multiply by the conjugate of the bottom. So the way we're going to do this, we're going to go ahead and say, so like if we have a plus bi over c plus di, I'm sorry, c minus di, we're going to multiply by the conjugate times c plus di over c plus di. So here, this is 7 minus 19i. So what I'm going to do there is I'm going to go ahead and say this is going to be times, and it's times, it's going to be 7 plus 19i over 7 plus 19i, because that is the conjugate. Always remember that the conjugate of a plus bi, they're conjugates of each other. It will be a minus bi. So these two are conjugates of each other. And so now we're going to use what we know about FOIL method. We have 31 plus I times 7 plus 19i. So we're just going to go ahead and multiply this stuff. And so and then on the bottom, we're going to use sum and difference pattern. So in case y'all don't remember, if I have a minus b, and then times a plus b. Oops. And I'm sorry if this is taking me so long, guys. This is a very lengthy problem. This is going to be a squared minus b squared. So, here we go. And so then, this would end up being 31 times 7. So we're going to FOIL this part. And then plus 31 times 19i plus 7i, because I times 7, and then plus 19i squared. So you have to be good at FOIL method, okay, guys? And then over, and again, let me write it a little better here. And this is just going to be, so we have a 7, like I said. This is going to be sum and difference. This is 7, this is 7. So we're going to say 7 quantities squared. And then this is, right here is the 19i. So this is going to be minus, and we're going to put 19i, and it's going to be all squared, guys. Finally, so we're going to go ahead and simplify this. It's going to be 200, what is this? 217, so this part. And then plus 31 times 19, let me get my calculator here. 589i. And then plus 7i. And then plus 19 times negative 1. And then over here, because again, the negative 1, if y'all remember, like I said earlier, it becomes a negative. The I squared becomes a negative 1. That's why. So then this becomes 40. So it's going to be over 49, because that's 7 squared. And then minus, and we're going to do, so 19i squared is 19 squared times I squared, guys. So it's going to be 19 squared times negative 1. And like I said, I squared is negative 1. We have to remember these formulas. So then finally, so we do 19 squared, and then times negative 1 is negative 361. So it's going to be minus negative 361 here. Okay. So then this becomes, so we have 217 plus, and 589 plus 7, that's 596i, and then minus 19. So then over here, we're just going to simplify this stuff, and then we have over 49 plus 361, 49, so then combining like terms, 217 minus 19 is 198, and then plus 596i, and then over, and 49 plus 361 is 410. I do not think, and I can check really quick, if these actually reduce. I don't know. Okay, yeah, they do. So it's gonna be the following. So like, if I do 198 over 410, and then plus 596 over 410i, this one reduces to 99 over 205 plus 298 over 205i. And this is our final answer, guys. I am so sorry if this took me like almost 20 minutes to do. I really wanted to go over one of these because they are lengthy and they look kind of difficult. But please let me know if that helped, and I really hope that did help. And with that being said, guys, thank you so much for watching, and also please like, comment, and or subscribe, and if anybody has any questions, let me know, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.